Hello, everybody, and welcome to another daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Sorry, I'm a little bit late this evening. I think I'm about 4 or 5 minutes over. Had a slight connection problem trying to get on. It was misbehaving. I think I got to the bottom of it. There's been a lot of upgrade work on the 4 and 5G network going on over the last few days, I think, and that's where we've been a little bit up and down. Excuse me. I've got a bit of a dry throat and just want to have a drink of something if we're going to talk. Can I just have a one from everybody, please, if you can hear me okay? That's the first thing. I want to make sure that this connection issue is not going to screw us up. Richie Reports UK. Hello to you. Good to see you. Hope you're okay. Bon Scott, Didion, Ted Bundy. That's we're getting ones all over. That's good. That's good. I'm hoping I've cured it. I'm actually actively looking at upgrading stuff in where I sit and do that. And I'm going to try and do that over the next couple of days to give us a bit more of a reliable connection. What I kind of do is bounce the signal off of an access point and then onto my router. I know people are saying about Ethernet cables. And that's something I've got to look at. I don't know if you're all aware, I used to work in IT many years ago before I was a cab driver, and some bits of it still stick up here, so we'll get that sorted out. Now, let's go through and have a look and see who we've got in the chat. Alan Pape, hello, good to see you. Spiderlog, Tony, Hawley, I'll be up your neck of the woods a bit later, and I've just found out the damn plane I've got to go and find and meet is actually delayed by an hour. So, yeah, great. Little Kitty, hello, good evening to you. Cheryl, hello to you. Rafi's in the chat, hello to you. That's one of my mods. Tracy Regan, hello. Cosmic Wartoad, I'm seeing all the ones. John Kent, John Gray, Spiderlog 69. There's always one, isn't there? Is Mad Spaniel here at all? I've not seen Mad Spaniel. Kim Alliston, good evening to you. Hope you're well. Julie Keys, all of my regulars are all coming in. That's wonderful. Paul Hoskin, hello. I'm just scrolling back up the list, make sure I get everybody, and that's all good. Yeah, loads of comments. It always amazes me. I mean, I'm a little bit late today, granted, but it always amazes me when I come in here and see all of you commenting, right off the bat. I'm just putting my phone on Do Not Disturb so the connection doesn't get interrupted. And that's kind of how I'm bouncing off of the network, really. I want to cover something with you. Couldn't resist putting 69. Was tempted to put 422. It's just did. Excellent. Excuse me a sec. Be right back. Okay. I want to cover something with you very briefly. Well, there's a couple of things I want to cover with you, actually. Number one, we've over the last couple of days, I suppose 3 or 4 days, we've had a bit of an invasion of people with an axe to grind, and my reaction to that axe to grind probably has been a little bit questionable. I've probably come across as a little bit of a hothead, in fact. And, maybe I should have acted a little bit differently in the situation. It wasn't very professional of me. So if anybody did take any umbrage at that at all, please accept my apologies. That's not what I want for this channel. That's not the way I want it to be. That's not the way I want to move forward with it. So please accept my humblest apologies there, and we will move forward in a more positive direction. Speaking of more positive directions. Well, one of the bits of feedback I keep getting is, we're not finding the live stream until it's too late. We're not seeing all of the videos until it's too late, and it's quite obvious the YouTube uh, algorithm is playing silly buggers, and we have to try and find a way of getting around it. I've got a lot of people saying it's your channel, your rules. That's right. At the end of the day, it is my channel and my rules. But equally, you're what makes this channel, and it's a two-way street. I have to provide that thing for you that you come to see, and me spitting my toys out and being all hot-headed certainly isn't it. So I've got to do something. I did a damn video early this morning, laid out on the couch, flaying my arms around and everything, and I was being all bombastic and stupid, and that's not me at all either. I just come in from a very long night, and I was knackered. Didn't read the room, got it completely wrong, and there you go. But anyway, we move forward. Yes, well, one of the things that I'm hearing from people, now that's Ricky's just said that he's all right, but a lot of people aren't getting the notifications of the chat, and a lot of people are missing out. One very powerful thing I've seen this evening, we've only been here for 7 minutes and 95 people are watching already. So all that was, I just notified you all a bit earlier. But what I wanted to do is show you how you can help yourself, basically, by locating me. Now, I'm assuming that a lot of the users of Andy the Gabby Cabby, or the fans or the subscribers, or, whatever you want to call yourself, are probably looking at this right now on some kind of laptop, tablet, maybe, or even a mobile phone. In fact, let's have a show of hands. Who, give me a 1 if you're looking at this on a tablet right now. So a 1 if you're on a tablet. 42 likes, well, we've got 97 watching. So if you haven't done so already, folks, please hit that like button. That's what gets it going. So a few of you are watching it on a tablet. You've got iPads and Android tablets and all that sort of thing right across the board, haven't you? It seems to be the common thing, as well as laptops. Alan Pape, desktop PC, tablets are useless. Yeah, some of the older ones aren't that great, are they? I had a Samsung Galaxy tablet, which I ended up giving to Jack, and he loves it, plays games on it and all sorts. The problem is the damn battery doesn't last. But what I wanted to do was show you some of the inner workings of the channel page to try and mitigate what's going on or what you're missing, because a lot of the time we're relying on the YouTube algorithm to do its job and to notify you of what's going on. And I read somewhere the more popular a channel becomes, the more it messes about, basically, and you end up missing a few things. Now, let me share my screen here. Now, bear in mind, I'm on a laptop at the moment, so this will look a little bit more like a PC kind of layout. But this is the thing that a lot of you will see. If you've got the YouTube app on your phone, or if you're looking at it on a desktop PC, that is what you will see if you go to the channel page for Andy the Gabby Cabby. And that contains basically all of my playlists, all of my videos, and everything right there. Now, what I'm trying to do at the moment, I'm consistently trying to do 3 videos a day and get them out in the morning before midday. That way, you see things early. I mean, look at this one here, WhatsApp, just over 5,000 views for the day, and that's great. Yeah, I'm trying to get them out early so you get the day's coverage and you can find them all right. But you can find them all here through the channel page. And also, it contains a big history of everything else I've done, over the course of the day or over the course of the week. And there's playlists there where it's all divided into, the relevant subject areas. I mean, you've got a cost of living section there, and that one I did on Lidl's a few days ago. 58,000 people have watched it. I mean, that's incredible. Some of the exposure that people are getting, that tells me people want to know, what side their bread's buttered and what kind of deals and the situation at the shops they can get hold of. That's pretty good. And always on the channel page, if I'm live, it will tell you up here, Monday Natter with Andy the Gabby Cabby, and you actually click on that. Now, what I do, what I do is actually try and schedule things at a point in the day. Why did you choose a thumbnail that looks like you're picking your nose, Andy? Laugh out loud. Well, it looks like my ear roll rather than my nose, unless my nose is on the side of my face. Yeah, that was something that was done for me with the Cartoon Eyes app. And, it seemed okay. Now, the other section here, you've got videos. And that just gives you a list of all the videos that I've published over a course of time. And there is a filter there where you can say past live streams, live now, all videos. So, you can hedge your bets really with regard to finding me. Also, there's a community tab. And again, it'll be slightly different, the layout, depending on what how you're looking at things. I mean, you'll see here in the community tab, I've put a post there, all members live stream tonight at 9 p.m. And I think I pushed the wrong button there. And you'll see there yesterday, I did a short live stream about 9/11. I wasn't actually going to do a live stream yesterday, but, I watched a very powerful piece from Police Off the Cuff, Real Crime Stories. And I thought, I've got to go and do something about this. And the other thing that's just come to my attention as well, we've just passed 31,400 subscribers. So thank you, everybody, so much for all of the support that you've given me over this amount of time, because I couldn't have got there without you. But with the videos we're doing and all of that sort of thing, it really is, we're entering another period of growth, and it is really humbling, the support that you're showing, and I appreciate that very much. Julie Baldwin, they stopped sending notifications when you have posted 3 videos. They only allow 3 notifications a day, Andy the Gabby Cabby. Is there like an article, Julie, like a technical article where you can see that? Because that would be interesting to me to try and get to the bottom of what's happening there. But all I can do is really show you where to look to try and mitigate the fact that, you are missing out on some things. I mean, the other places I'll show you as well. If I just load it up in the background, bear with me. Now, I know some of you have a dim view about social media, particularly Facebook and stuff like that. But, understandably so, when you tell me what your opinion is. Let's just get this other bit here. bear with me, folks. I'm just loading up a couple of things. Just wanted to share with you. Right, I think that's that. That's the one. Come on, load. Yeah, you got it right. Yeah, I'm also across a range of social media as well, and I try and share as much as I can across there to give you ample warning that something is incoming. I mean, for example, let's share this one now. That's my presence on Facebook, Andy the Gabby Cabby. David Jarman, good night to you. And, thank you for stopping by. Not sure, Andy the Gabby Cabby. TW Media told me ages ago she has the same problem as Tracy, isn't it? Bless them and the work they do down at Dover. Yeah, this is the Facebook presence for Andy the Gabby Cabby, and we're currently broadcasting there with the live stream as well. And you'll find a catalogue of all the historic videos that I do. I literally share everything to there every day. And, you will find a history of all the lives there as well. So that's Facebook. The next one. If I just close that one down. The next one we've got is Robert Allport. You just appear on my YouTube page when I log on with a notify button on a PC. Okay, that's interesting to know. I even get my own videos recommended to me sometimes. I'm on Twitter as well for my sins. If I just load the Twitter profile there, that's my Twitter profile. And again, if we scroll down, it's literally just a catalogue of everything we're up to. All the way down, just a copy of the videos, and every now and again I will throw something in there as well. And the last place that you will find me in, and again, I appreciate not everybody has these accounts everywhere. Share. Instagram. Again, that's my Instagram page, and it just has a copy of all the thumbnails of the different videos where I can, again, it's a catalogue of everything I've done. So, or everything I'm going to do. So again, you can find me somewhere. All I'm trying to do is just mitigate the chances of you missing out and missing me on any particular given day. And those are all the places that you can find me, really. And also how I try and notify you. Sometimes I can be a little bit spontaneous. I think the word is. I might think, oh right, I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something soon, and you might get a little bit of short notice notification. But again, just regularly check the channel page, if nothing else, and that will give you an idea as to what I'm up to. This is the daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Everybody, this is just a bit of a natter tonight. Just really for you, try and help you out, find me a little bit more efficiently. If you have trouble finding some of the stuff that we're doing every day, it's good to see everybody. Thank you for your support throughout everything that we do, and it's fantastic to see the channel growing. It really is, and we're going places, and I look forward to the future. It's really great. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button on the chat. We've got just over 100 watching. We need to get as close to that as we can in likes. It really helps the algorithm. And yeah, subscribe as well if you're new here. I've seen a couple of new people in the chat this evening, and it was, wonderful for you to be here. I appreciate it. I noticed a couple of people earlier as well talking about my health, saying, "What's your health, Andy?" And I appreciate that too. I've actually spent most of the day resting because it was a heavy, heavy night. And it looks like I've got a heavy, heavy weekend coming up because I've got about 4 or 5 jobs I've got to try and get covered by somebody. And I'm not having a lot of success. So I might be permanently stationed on the M25 over the weekend. Let's have a look at the chat and see what some people are saying. 32 more likes needed to reach 100, please, everybody. Yes, Julie's the scorekeeper, keeping score there, so that's great. So it seems that William invited Harry and Meghan to a walkabout because they were planning to go on their own and had informed the TV station to come along. William found out and stopped it. Okay, is that in the press? Is it? Did you read that today, Tony? Barefoot Contessa, good to see you, Andy. I've actually had a tough day, so this old lady's taken herself off to bed. Night, night, Mr. Andy. Catch you again soon. Night, night, and sweet dreams. Glad people enjoying your hard work that you do. Reform BBC. Thank you very much. I appreciate the great comment there. Bridget shared to Facebook. Yeah, if you ever see any of my stuff and you think, oh, somebody might benefit from that, then please do feel free to share. There's no copywriting or anything on any of my stuff. Just get it shared, and that helps spread the word as well. I appreciate that very much. There's some of you mentioning about the abuse that Prince Andrew got today. I didn't actually see the footage. I read about it, that somebody had heckled him. I called him a dirty old man or something like that, hadn't they? And yeah, I'll have a look when we're finished and see what I make of it. John Harris, snap, all this rural coverage is OTT. It's wall to wall, isn't it, Alan? But that's all part of Operation London Bridge. I think everything is just a complete shutdown. I saw a picture earlier on today with, oh, God, I think it was on Metro or something like that. Even a cycle storage thing had been shut down because of the national mourning period. And I think that was Norwich Council. They said on there it was to do with that. What have we got here? I wasn't happy how heavy-handed the police were to the guy who shouted abuse at Andy York today. We love you, Andy. Thank you very much, Kim Alliston. Love you too. And love all of you and the support you give. It's quite humbling how we're doing. Really humbling. Andy the Gabby Cabby just sent you a link that answers your question about notifications, and it confirms what I said. Okay, so that is interesting to know. So all the more reason to try and rely on, looking at the community page and everything. Reform BBC, thank you for your comment. I appreciate your confidence in me. I plan to be my own person. I plan to be myself with all that. You can't compare the two really. But you mentioned phone-ins. I always said that I wouldn't do a phone-in. I'm not very comfortable with the idea of that. But one of the things that this StreamYard software allows me to do, which I've been experimenting with, over the last few days is actually calling people into this live stream, and we can have like a live chat and you can see their faces and communicate with them the same as me. You know, people have stories to tell or they'll want to report on things, and I plan in going in a slight direction where, you know, people can do that and actually come on and you know, say their piece as well. So there are plans in the works. Tony, thank you very much for the 99p super sticker. I appreciate the support there. Thank you very much. And that's marvellous. Andy, be yourself. Do your own thing. That is exactly the point, Frank. That is exactly the point. You know, I got a bit hot-headed and hot under the collar the other day where we were getting a little bit of an invasion of certain comments that I suppose I didn't really want to deal with, and I acted very badly and let myself down really, and I shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have acted the way I did and behaved. You know, my wife will tell you I can be a hothead sometimes, particularly when I bang my head against a brick wall where people don't seem to get what I'm trying to say. You get steam coming out of my ears. You know, it's a character flaw. Everybody has a character flaw, and they have to try and work on them and be, you know, self-improve and all that. It's the Irish in you, Andy. If I've got Irish in me, it's the first I know about it. Blood knows, I tell you. John Harris, I get about 25 notifications a day from different channels. Okay. Andy, that's why we love you, because you are you. Thank you very much, Kim Alliston. I appreciate that. A great supporter of this channel, a great supporter of me. You can't beat a good rant, Joe Soap. I like to think I've got calmer with age, but every now and again, I kind of be a bit of a twat. But I suppose everybody does let slip every now and again. But when you do this kind of thing every day, you can't. It's not fair. That has to go on in the background. What are we talking about? A lot of channels. Yeah, the free notifications a day limit will still block any more. I do wonder if you can manipulate the order of how you put things out. That might be some way of getting around things, like schedule a live stream first and then everything else after. I don't know, but if you look at the community page, as I've showed you this evening, hopefully that'll mitigate some of that. I'm not sure about that, John Harris, whether that's possible. I mean, I'll play it for you now. What we get as part of StreamYard is this. Now, that is the count that I play, you know, before I come on every time. That just gives you all the impression and the idea that I'm here and I'm ready and I'm going to go. There's a great comment there about age. Nick B, you don't get calmer with age. You tend to find you get more irritated as life keeps growing you curveballs. I'm now very Victor Meldrew. Oh, I can be a pain in the ass. When I was younger, I actually ended up with the nickname Grumps. That was because of the look that was on my face when I was little. Apparently I was told something one day, and I literally went, you know, and I got the nickname Grumps, and it stuck for about 40 odd years. My dad stopped calling me Grumps, but my mum still does. And in fact, she calls me Grumble instead of Grumps. Yeah. Usually leaves it for rooms full of people. Alan Pierce, good to see you. I saw you commenting on some things earlier. Great for you to stop by. I understand the king will just bestow A new title on Harry and Meghan, Duke and Duchess of Berks. I saw you say that the other day in the comments feed. That was funny. Did you see the Prince Charles, Andy, with the link? I'm not sure what you're referring to, Tad. Is it something you've sent me? Poppy's Travels. Will you be taking the bank holiday, Andy? Unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, I've got airport bookings in. So unless the entire aviation industry in this country closes down for the day, I'll be working. I won't be going anywhere near London. I think that will be impossible on that day. I really do. But I will be working. I will be at the airports. Frank, Andy, I was always told you should count to 10. It doesn't always work. You know, a lot of you know I go to karate, and part of karate is finding balance and finding inner peace and self-control and respect for others. And you know, people think it's all about kicking and punching and fighting, but there's a lot of like spiritual based character building things in there as well. And I subscribe to that very much. But every now and again, the hothead in me comes out. I think, go away, get back in there, you know. But we get there. We learn by doing. That's what life's all about, isn't it? Have a look at the number plate that carried the Queen's coffin, Tony says. Okay. Have a look. And that's the actual hearse you're referring to, is it, Tony? Just Google it quickly now while we're on here. Branding vanishes on hearse transporting the late Queen's body from Balmoral. That's one immediate thing that just came up there. What's the number plate? WP4597. Is that what you're referring to, Tony? I've just pulled up a picture of the Queen's hearse there.
But right now, we turn to another.
Okay, I'll check that out. I will check that out. Does the King or Queen need a driving license? Paul Hoskins said. I don't think they did they? I know the Queen could travel without a passport because she was the crown. She was it, wasn't she? She's what did it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think she needed a driving license either. And again, I may be wrong. Zero, you need a new pick. Is that the thumbnail you're referring to? I'm trying to play around with the cartoonize, the Instatoon thing, and try and come up with some other bits and pieces. Liz Moore, we love you because you're an authentic bloke. I can imagine some of the comments you get are less than pretty. You're a grounded geezer with a big heart. Just stay you. Thank you, Liz. Thank you very much. That means a lot. That's all I am, just a grounded geezer with a big heart at the end of the day, trying to do the best I can. And, you know, there's lots and lots and lots, you know, I complain about, you know, people, well, being dicks basically, but what I don't pay enough attention to is the positive comments I get, because they far outweigh the negative by a long, long way. And that's all of you guys. That really is all of you guys. It's wonderful, and it makes me want to carry on, and I will carry on. And we're going great guns, absolutely. Chrissy Williams, you're right, Andy. no driving license needed for the Queen. Alan Edge, Andy, you're a friend of mine. I appreciate that, Alan. We had a good natter on the phone that time, didn't we? And it was nice to meet you, albeit in voice and not in person. Maybe that'll change one day. We'll have to see how that goes. Andy, just check the King doesn't need a driving license, Daphne Lynch. I wonder if he'll get seen driving himself around the estates like the Queen did, because she was always doing that, wasn't she? Oh my God. Now that's a connection, isn't it? No, I wouldn't have noticed that unless you told me. Tony, that is a very weird connection. Bridget, no, the Queen and heirs don't need a driving licence as the roads belong to them across the Commonwealth. Well, there you go. There you go. Lee Foster, did Prince Philip need a driving licence? I don't know. I don't know. But I remember that crash he had outside the gates of Balmoral. Do you remember that? And I don't think he drove for much longer after that. I think he decided, that was it, because it involved a collision with another vehicle, didn't it? With a lady and a young girl or young son, something like that. And it was a bit dodgy. Yeah, he crashed, Chad. The vehicle ended up on its side. I remember the picture. Where are we? Andy's Army, so pleased to see your channel grow. Perhaps we'll all be able to meet up in the future. That'll be wonderful. When things get bigger, maybe we can organise something at some point in the future. But talk of that's a long way off yet. But it would be nice to meet you. I mean, I have bumped into a couple of subscribers on the road where I've walked into a shop or a place and they've recognised me and they've gone, "It's that Gabby Cabby bloke," and we've had a little chat and whatever. So I will get round to all of you in the eventually, I think. Boss, what brand of drink do you drink? Funny question. If you're referring to soft drink, I drink far too much Diet Coke. I like tea, but if you're talking about alcohol, cider, vodka, or Jack Daniels. Probably Jack Daniels is my favourite. Andy, you're famous. Andy says. Well, I wouldn't go that far just yet. Anna Perkins, they may not need to renew their licenses. Oh, I missed that. That's gone off the screen. What's that? They may not need to renew their licenses, but both William and Charles have taken and passed driving tests. Okay, that's interesting. I know back in the, certainly in the early part of the 20th century, I don't think there was any such thing as a driving license, was there? Or anything like that. Yeah, Richie Reports UK. Philip overturned his Range Rover. Yeah, that's it. I remember the pictures and some of the anecdotes and everything that were flying around social media very, very quickly. That was nuts. That one, absolutely nuts. To quote Billy Connolly, the Queen thinks everything smells of fresh paint because 20 feet in front of her, someone is painting something. Let's have a look at some of these other comments. Yeah, if you've just joined us, folks, this is the daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Thank you for stopping by. having a natter with me. I'm actually off to work tonight again. I've got to nip back up to Gatwick, and the customers messaged me, and surprise, surprise, the flight's delayed by an hour. Yes, great. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button in this chat. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing as well. It's all great. It's all great. And thank you very much for your support. It's wonderful. The humour's coming out now. I live in a rough area. I bought an advent calendar and all the windows were smashed in. Yeah, I've heard that one before. Richie reports I occasionally get recognised around my area. Yeah, there's a lady at the local petrol station around the corner from me, and her husband watches this quite regularly, and she recognised me. And there was a young girl that worked in the WH Smith's in Ronan Services in Southampton. I got collared down there one day as well, and she even took a selfie. So there's a random picture of me somewhere. Have I got any merch or T-shirts? Reform BBC says. I do, but don't worry about it at the moment because they were crap and very overpriced because I was using a provider to actually do it all for me. But I've actually disabled that at the moment, and that's something we're looking at in the background. So call it work in progress, but that will come up sooner or later. Tony, yeah, that doesn't actually take a lot to find that out. That's quite up there. Yeah, I read that earlier, Al Barker. I mean, they called it the final vigil, whatever that's supposed to mean. But he's not wearing a military uniform at all, and is allowed to wear his medals, but will wear a uniform at the end. I mean, I remember when Philip was his funeral, they were apparently all arguing about what clothes they could wear and what they couldn't. And in the end, I think the Queen said, "No, none of you are wearing anything. You can wear funeral suits." Spiderlog, think you missed my last messages, but just found out if they have a private ATM cash machine in basement of Buckingham Palace. So if you're ever short of cash, I've actually heard that one before. Spiderlog, that's one that's been around in circulation for quite a while. You were okay if you broke down with the Queen. Apparently, she was quite handy with the spanner. Well, she worked on vehicles and that during the war, didn't she? Bless her. Hi, Uncle Gary. Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're all right. And I'm sure those sisters of yours are having a good time. I've had the pictures. I just haven't looked or replied yet. Yeah, a paper license. I had a paper license when I passed, and speaking of my mother, I had to grab some ID off her the other day for something, and I said, "Could I have a copy of your driving license because it had proof of address?" And she said, "Yeah, sure." And I was quite shocked when she sent me the old paper one. I couldn't believe it was still a thing, but they're out there. They are definitely out there. I've just renewed my card one recently because my likeness is about 10 years older and at least 2 more chins. Passed my PPL first time. Took me 3 times to drive. Passed my driving test. There's lots of examples, isn't there, Alan, where someone learns how to fly a plane before they learn to drive a car. I've heard that one before. Chrissy, I'm really loving you back in your garage. We still all know you're a cabbie, Chrissy Williams says. Well, what you need really in the background is consistency. I mean, that way, I've got a garage door, and if that turns up, it looks awful. You know, if I turn to that side and film that way, it looks absolutely awful, and it's very distracting. I mean, what I've got behind me is just normal stuff you have hanging on a garage wall, including Jack's punch bag that he liked. It's actually my punch bag, but Jack likes it. Uh, and also, I'll film in the car as well. You know, I am a cabbie. It's a cabbie's garage. I've got a cab. Film across the two of them, no problem. But yeah, thank you, Chrissy. I appreciate that remark there. Oh my God, Cheryl, still got my provisional license since 1977. That's a year before I was born, and still haven't learned to drive. I've got a friend. I think he had one or two lessons, and it wasn't for him. It just isn't for some people, is it? Yeah, Chad. You know, 31,400 and something we crossed today. I don't know the exact number, but we're experiencing a good period of growth at the moment. And I'm very appreciative. You know that's why I made the remarks I did right at the beginning, because I need to, appreciate everything that's going on. Don't look if you don't want to go blind. Oh God, they're at it, are they, Uncle? I'll have a butcher's at that later. Yeah, Lee, the Queen was a mechanic in the war. That's right. And there's some wonderful pictures of her, isn't there? Historical ones where she's under the bonnet of some vehicle somewhere trying to fix the damn thing. Ah, it's great. Does anyone remember the little red book driving license? John Harrington says. I never ever saw one of those. I suppose my old man might have had one. He learned to drive when he was in the army, as I think many probably did at the time. Did you have any famous pickups? I've picked up myself when I was a cabbie. Alex Higgins and Oliver Reed in a cab were a nightmare. Oh, blimey. I've not picked up anybody really famous. I've seen famous people at the airport, but not actually had anybody in the cab that's famous. I mean, I at Gatwick twice, one after the other. I got out and straight in the path of Ricky Gervais and also Cliff Richard as well. Those are the two famous ones I saw there. Laugh out loud, Andy. You just look like a stamp. Was that when I done that? Look to one side. Still got my cycling proficiency certificate handy. Andy says, I failed mine. I didn't quite get it. Yeah, Tad. I saw a lot of that. A lot of the Republican types going on there, spewing their bile. It's not great. Little Kitty, I'm a new subscriber since today. Brilliant. Thank you for joining us, Little Kitty. Thank you for your support and joining the chat. And everybody, let's welcome Little Kitty to the Andy's Army community, the Gabby Cabby community, and hope you stick with us. We certainly do the videos every day on one of these lives as well. So yeah, great, welcome, and thank you for making yourself known. Never touched TikTok. No, I never have. Lots of people rave about it. I mean, I just can't get my head around that. Little Kitty, there's lots of people here saying welcome to you. Welcome to the channel. That's the kind of community we've got here. Still got my paper one. Uncle Gary says, well, you've lived in the same house a better part of 40 years, so I'm not surprised at that. You wouldn't have had to change it. Yeah, Poppy's Travels. I heard that Andrew and Fergie are getting the corgis. Let's have a look. Cheryl, great chat, Andy. I'm off to bed. Take care. Everyone have a great evening. You too, Cheryl. Thank you for stopping by and sweet dreams. I wish I was going to bed, but unfortunately not. Busy few days ahead for sure. What does your wife, Andy, think about you doing your channel? She, it can be very challenging sometimes trying to squeeze a bit of time in between family life to get everything recorded and stuff, you know. But when you get in a routine of disappearing in the garage to talk to, well, 108 people in an evening for a better part of an hour, but she gets it now. She gets why it means so much to me, and she gets why I'm doing what I'm doing. And yeah, she's fine. She thinks I'm a bit crackers sometimes when I get in from an airport. I think, shit, I've got to come out and do a live stream and fly out into the garage. I get the funny looks, but she gets it now. It's a real labour of love to me. It really is. Alan Pape, I've been wet all day. Never stopped raining in Chester. Nigel the Handyman, I passed my driving test in 1981. God, I'm old. I was 3 years old in 1981. Do you believe that? Still got my red book. My God. Reform BBC, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Very much appreciate the support. That's wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, I did a talk on or a chat about 9/11 yesterday. You know, I didn't monetize it at all. I didn't want to make any money out of that subject. I just wanted to talk about it. And the guys at Police Off the Cuff, Bill and Phil, did the same with theirs. And Bill sent an email over to me yesterday, and he managed to raise $356 out of that live stream, and donated the whole lot to one of the Twin Towers charities, Tunnel for Towers, I think it was called. And I thought that was wonderfully done with Bill and Phil. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, we've hit 101 likes. I've just read Julie said we might be a little bit more than that now. So thank you, everybody. That's great for your support. And as always, we've hit the target. You never forget your first car, Paul Hoskins says. Well, mine was my mother's E-Reg Ford Fiesta. I used to poodle around in that. And then I got my own, which was a VW Golf C-Reg, 1986. Yeah, they hold their values as well, VWs. I saw one on a garage forecourt, and I think it was about $3,500. I paid 500 quid for mine way back in the day. Paul, can't be doing with social media. My son has got it and on it constantly. It's like a drug, isn't it? Total addiction. Little Kitty, I hope you get better soon. Have I missed that? Oh, okay. Talking about driving. I thought that was health then. But glad you're well. Daphne Lynch is off. See you soon. Thank you for stopping by. Joe Soap, at least she knows where you are. Yeah, in the garage. Oh, I'm down with severe. Oh, okay. It is health. Yes. Thank you, guys. I'm down with severe is it dystoria? A rare movement disorder waiting for an operation can take years with the waiting list in the UK. I really feel for people who have got to have something done uh, in the UK, something serious or an operation of any kind. Yeah, it's ridiculous what we've been exposed to, what we have to put up with. Uh, Thank you, Tyrone. I appreciate that. I spoke from the heart because I remember it, uh, and how it affected my environment on that day. And while the sheer horror of all that was going on across the Atlantic, 21 years, that's incredible, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. Lady Fisher, thank you, people. Glad it's not just me. What's this about? Yeah, Mick, I did see that. Not great. Lady Fisher. Is it just me, or does anyone else feel it's rude to hold your phone up to film the Queen's hearse? I get your point, Lady Fisher. I mean, it's a historic event, isn't it? But, I'd rather hold those pictures in my memory than anything else. The registration plate on my first car was HKE505V. My God, I can't remember mine. I just remember the registration. Somebody mentioned earlier whether I'm on Telegram or not. I've never gone on there. Never gone on there. Totally bedbound. Can't do anything. Dystonia is a life wrecker. Bless you, little kitty. Will you make sure you keep coming on here? That's what we're all about. Community. Try and keep each other going for all of this. I mean, we're all different backgrounds, different things, and community is what really binds this channel together. And I hope you found a good place to be. I really do. Listen, folks, I'm going to wrap things up for the evening. I've got to go and grab something to eat quick and then get on the road and get my bum up to Gatwick. I want to thank you all for coming this evening. We just had a natter about this, that, and the other, as we do. And I appreciate that. Thank you for all the likes and all the supports. And the 2 super chats as well. Very much appreciate them. A sticker and a chat. There's some video content coming out tomorrow where you will see some more things, trawling some other news up. There'll be a live as well. Where are we? Wednesday. I've got to work that out yet because I'm on the road for most of the afternoons. But I'll have to work out the schedule and then let you know a bit later on tomorrow. But keep an eye on the community page, keep an eye on the channel page, because that's where it's all at, and that's where you'll find out what's going on. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, everybody. I know there's only a couple of hours left. Sleep well, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Toodaloo.